Hello everyone, today I will be taking you guys through step by step of how I edit my wedding videos. Have you ever been overwhelmed by you want to actually edit videos, or you've been thinking about being a photographer or a videographer for a long time, but you're overwhelmed with all this software, Final Cut Pro, DaVinci Resolve? You hear all these names and it kind of held you back. I felt the same way when I started. I held back for quite a while, but I was just overwhelmed. It was at one point that I just said, look, I need to take a step back, and I want to take you through my process and just make you see that it is not that difficult if you take the right step. So all I want you to do right now, because this video is not going to be long, and I'll show you how you can actually go buy things and you're gonna get amazing result. I will be color grading today, editing, and just showing a simple process. I will edit a simple video from a real wedding, and you guys will follow me. Just grab a cup of coffee, your popcorn, and whatever you want to grab, and have a seat. We're not gonna be long, so let's start. So what I'm gonna do is, first of all, I want to talk about what I actually do before editing those videos. You see, if you build on a wrong foundation, you are set to fail. The reason why you see so many videos out there, probably a movie or whatever you're watching, and you think the video is so terrible, they are due to certain things that I will be highlighting, and these are the things that I try to take care of before we edit. Because if you have a good foundation, it is very hard for your videos to be bad. Although it can be bad if the person editing doesn't know what they're doing, but at least lay a good foundation. So the first thing I do, especially when I'm videographing a wedding, is first of all check my white balance. White balance are so critical. So I go into my camera, I bring out a gray card, which you guys will see on the screen, and I use that gray card to kind of get the accurate white balance of that particular scene. If we move to another place, let's say the reception, I do another test to get the white balance right, because that will help you to get the accuracy of the colors when you're editing. And with that reproducing the colors in real time will be so difficult. The second thing I do is that I choose the appropriate frame rate for each situation. So for instance, if we're inside the church and they're preaching, they're singing praise, and they're doing different things in the church, I will mostly stay at 4K 25, because that is the standard for talking head and things like that. So if I want to do B-roll, like maybe the couple's first look, and capture some B-rolls of them running and kissing each other, we'll do that at 4K 60, because we can slow that down in post to create some slow motion. Also, some dancing can slow down. So once I choose the correct frame rate, the third thing that I do is to select the codecs I want to shoot from, and I know that I'm shooting at 10-bit 422, and then I also need to choose my color profile, and my color profile that I use is S-Log3, and because it's a flat profile, it's like a raw flat profile, there's no color in it, and I will add the color I wanted. I will make it look the way I want it, although it's an extra step, but it gives me freedom. So I don't mind taking an extra step to create what I want. I don't want a situation whereby the camera gives me those color. Of course, I can use those ones probably when I'm just doing a YouTube or just anything. Like right now, I'm recording in S-Log3, and you guys will see a raw file, and then you see the final edited images. The one issue with shooting in S-Log3 is that if you do not expose properly, you are in trouble, because you will see a lot of noise, grain in your image, and sometimes it might be hard to remove, even if you use some denoiser. So, and the denoiser will also take a toll on your machine, and you could be there for ages, and it could be very frustrating. So exposing properly is very important. And the way I expose is that I use two things. I use my meter. I use my meter on the camera, and I also use the histogram. Those two tools help me to gauge. And also lastly, I use Force Color, because I'm using the Atomos Ninja. The Atomos Ninja is an external monitor, but also a recorder. So I'll talk more as we go along about the Atomos Ninja. But I have all these tools to make sure that I get my exposure right, to make sure that the colors are correct and everything, and I'm doing is in the right place. And once all that is done, we get into the editing part of things, and that is where we are going right now. So right now, let's head into the Final Cut Pro and start editing our videos. Okay, you guys are welcome to the world of Final Cut Pro. And as you guys can see, we have a flat image right here. This image is flat, and that's the beauty of it. I want to be able to control my own destiny. I want to be able to do things the way I want. I will explain this interface to you in a moment. However, like I said to you guys earlier on, I recorded into the Atomos Ninja because for me, it's very smooth and easy to edit from, and the colors are very beautiful. The only issue is that you need size, the volume of these, they are very big, and so you must have some storage. So I use the SSD card. At least I have the 500 MB and I have the 1 terabyte. So for every event that I do, mostly those 1.5 is more than enough. Okay, so I'm just gonna go straight right now into this. So let me just explain the interface to you. This is where the imported videos are, and I've dragged them down into this timeline in the Final Cut, and these are the tools I use to make sure that everything aligns, nothing is overexposed or not exposed. And this is Luma, this is Waveform, and this is Vectoscope, and this is for skin tone, this is for the colors, especially for the RGB. And this is just to make sure that also the highlight and clipping, and also the shadows is not underexposed, things are not underexposed. So I'm going to come here. This is my color wheel, but the first thing I do is I click on this drop down, and I come here and I click on the color board. So I work with the color board first. So let's drag this. This is the shadows. I'm going to drag it down. You guys can see now we have that. We don't want to go beyond that 0, so I'm going to leave it like that. Sometimes you don't need to get to that level. There are some things that are already underexposed. You just need to drag it a little bit, or sometimes just leave it. It depends on what you want. As you go along, you should be able to see what is good to the eye. And if you need somebody else to help you, probably someone in your team, because when you finish, you can obviously show them. So let's do that. And the highlight is here, so I'm going to just increase that. And I think I'm happy with that for now. Now we can change later on. The next thing I do is I go to my color curves, right? And I just want to click on these and just click on that, for example. And I'm just going to bring it down a bit, and I think I'm happy with that for now. And now let's go to the color wheel. Now this is where we had all the colors and everything. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to leave the highlight, let's say that way, and I'm just going to come back here. Just had a bit of here, and then I'm going to come here, the mid-tone, had more colors there. Let's increase the highlight a little bit, and then I'm gonna add colors there, put this there. You guys get the idea. You are just checking things and look at it the way you want it to be. If it's too much, you reduce it. I'm gonna increase that, and the global effect, I'm gonna just leave it like that and just increase the color. Now let me just see if I bring it to the big screen. You guys can see that it's looking a lot good. You guys can see all the colors even in the background. The people sitting at the back, it looks very nice. It looks like they're real color of things the way they should be, and that is what you want. And practically at this point, I'm done. I am done. So you guys can see this is not difficult. You just have to make sure you get things right in post. The secret is making sure you expose properly, you record at the right frame rate, you get your white balance right, you choose the right codecs that works for you. All this process I'm telling you about are things that work for me. You might not like this workflow, you might want to use another workflow, but that's why you can go out there, maybe on YouTube, watch other people's workflow, and you might adopt that. But I feel this is very easy to go with. Now from here on, I can add maybe effect or whatever I want, but this is simple. If not, most people that pay for services, especially for weddings, they just want something clean, clear, organized, well done. You don't need to go overboard with things. This is not you want to impress your client, but you want to make sure that sometimes the simple things of life are the most impressive things to people. So just keep it simple, keep it organized, keep it nice. Make sure the colors are well edited, and you are good to go. You don't need to overburden yourself with a lot of videos, a lot of review. What you need to actually do is go out there, practice, download a video out there. Maybe it's a flat image. Try and do it, follow this process, adjust this right here, try it and see what works for you, how good they are. And if you are satisfied with the way they are, you can even send it to other people to check for you, and they might tell you how they feel about it. What I just want to do at this point, at the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play back a little bit that I've edited. I think it's over 35 seconds. I'll just play back and show you the edited videos that I've done, the sequence, and you guys will be able to see the colors and make sure that everything looks good and looks nice. And that is it for our tutorial. Now, if you want to learn from me more, I'll put my contact on the screen. I have an online one-to-one tutorial that I do for individuals, so you can reach out to me and you can learn from me. We will book something for you. We'll make sure that it's affordable as well. So yeah, just reach out and we'll do that. Now, if you like this content, please smash that like button, because that will help my channel to grow as well, and it will allow the YouTube algorithm to suggest my video to other people out there, and it's just like a pat in the back that encourages me as well. So thank you for watching this review. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Well, until next time, keep safe and make sure you watch the playback of the edited the video. All right, I'll catch you guys in my next review. Bye bye.